Hello Leo, welcome to my channel. This is Victoria at Radiant Moon Tarot, and this is your weekly reading for October 18th through 24th, 2021. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. Truly grateful for each and every one of you and all of your fantastic energy. Let's get right into your reading. So we do have a full moon in Aries on the October 20th. Mercury is still in retrograde until the 18th, so on Monday is when you'll start to see that Mercury energy get a little bit better. Communication starts to improve. And with the full moon, though, this is really brings you, it's a powerful full moon in Aries. And this is a really, it fills you, this full moon fills you with energy, with motivation to get things done. If you've been feeling a little bit blasé in the last little while, okay, expect to kind of get a little bit of ants in your pants. Expect to get that little bit more energetic. All right, but you may also be really feeling inspired to take action on something in your life as well. Are you looking to make some change? Are you looking to let things go? The full moon is also about detachment, right? So when we detach from something, we can be making some personal changes, all right, detaching from negative or toxic behaviors. We can also be detaching from previous energy, finding the healing from the past, personal growth even, and we're looking to make better choices, right, and get rid of any situations or even people that no longer serve us, that are not part of our journey forward. And the full moon also gives us the lesson and the ability to surrender our intentions to the universe, especially if you are on a manifestation journey of any kind. So we've got the dragon spirit coming out for you, and this is all about emergence. This is for you. This is a perfect time for you to come out of your comfort zone, to make change, tap into the dragon, like that fire-breathing dragon, right? As bold, as brave, as fiery. Aries energy, right? Fiery Mars energy coming in. Okay, so this is a time for you to grow, to blossom, to make change, to make those improvements in your life, small, big, whatever that happens to be for you. And this is that wonderful time of growth, taking advantage of opportunities, even seeking new opportunities as well, right? The dragon, if you think of like a dragon's lair, right? I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched like Lord of the Rings or something, right? But or any kind of fairy tale that involves a dragon. The dragon usually has a lair, right? It's filled with riches, it's filled with treasure, it's filled with gold, but that dragon is always there protecting it. Sometimes the dragon is chained up, sometimes not so much. And but the dragon knows when to lay low, when to go in protective beast mode, and also when to get out and seek more riches and more gold. The dragon being sometimes chained up, sometimes there is something that is preventing us from moving forward or from going out and seeking a new opportunity. Fear, worry, self-doubt. So when we have this dragon, this brings in this bold, inspired, fiery energy to really get going and really get moving on something. All right. It also shows us that energy of we know when to go into protection mode. And then we also know when to go on into full-on beast mode. All right. So tap into that dragon and soar to new heights. All right. The dragon can also show you flying high and looking at things from a different perspective, a different angle, and you'd be amazed what you find, the opportunities that you find when you do that. Look at alternate sources, alternate resources even. How do you find your layer of riches and gold? Sometimes we got to go out and we got to find it. So powerful energy coming in here. Excuse me. We also have the Buddha prepares coming in. Now this is a very spiritual energy, and between the full moon in Aries on the 20th and Halloween, or Samhain, or whatever you happen to call it, on October 31st, this is a incredible time of spiritual growth, of raising your vibration, your consciousness, following your dreams, setting your intentions, setting your goals. It is also a time with greater connection, or it's easier, I should say, to connect with the spirit world, with your higher self, even past loved ones. So this is a energy here where you have the ability right now to go within, to connect with spirit and the spirit world and past loved ones and your higher self, and to get the guidance or the inspiration that you need, even to show you your next path forward. And it's in these moments of quiet contemplation where we set intentions, where we find solutions, where we get answers, where we get messages. So it's all about that connection, that spiritual connection. And the Buddha Prepares card, this is card number 13. So it relates to the Death card. And the Death card is, at its core, a deeply spiritual card. It's one of spiritual growth and personal transformation, right? Out with the old, in with the new, making those improvements, taking those next steps, moving forward, leaving something negative behind, even if it's a facet of yourself, right? We quite often do go through a whole bunch of periods of personal growth, change, and expansion throughout our lives, right? And this is certainly one where the real you gets to shine, where you get to take advantage of opportunities, where you might be looking for to make some sort of change in your life. It can even just be one of, again, personal growth, right? Are you, especially with the full moon, okay, have you been looking to start some sort of project? Have you been looking to do something different with your, let's say you have a goal to get in shape. For whatever reason you want to get in shape. Maybe you've been contemplating starting an exercise regime for a while. All right. This full moon energy, this Aries energy, finally gives you the motivation that you need. You may even have been motivated, you just might not have had the energy. Okay, so expect something to kind of come in and change that for you, right? So you might be even just really having a deep knowing that you need to make some practical day-to-day improvements in your life or your behaviors, right? To get yourself healthier, to get yourself in better shape, to make better choices, even whatever that happens to be, right? So we do have some wonderful energy coming in. So your advice from Spirit, we've got the Knight of Voices. Blessings headed your way. The Muse of Voices, that's the King of Swords. The Knight of Swords, the King of Swords. Communication, very important. Intuition, very important. The Swords energy is very much connected with crown chakra, right? So a little bit of enlightenment coming your way. As your week comes in, we've got the Six of Materials, which is the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, or the Seven of Emotions. And we have a Tower. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to get another card with the Tower, and we've got the Strength card. There we go. All right, this almost feels here as though there's something that kickstarts you in the week. And again, maybe an epiphany moment, right? Maybe that connection with your higher self, your intuition is guiding you towards something. And with your card, with the Strength card coming out with the Tower, you actually might be manifesting and masterminding some big, powerful change in your life. All right, the energy at the bottom of the deck, this is the underlying energy influencing you in the week ahead. And the Seven of Inspiration is the Seven of Wands. I love the Seven of Wands. This shows that you are at your personal best right now. You have the ability to overcome your challenges and obstacles. You have the ability to move mountains, and you are strong, and you are actually stronger than you really know. You may need, in the week ahead, you might need to tap into the Seven of Wands energy to stand up for yourself in some way. Stand up for your belief systems. You may even be in a position where you might actually need to advocate for someone else as well. And this really does give you that energy that you need. And this is also your time to get inspired, follow your passion, follow your dream. All right, or to resolve situations, right? Emerge from your cave. And if actually you look at this particular card, the Seven of Inspiration, and right underneath it we have the High Priestess, and we already said that there's major intuition and spiritual energy coming in here, and the High Priestess is kind of hiding under there and really confirms that as well. But if you look at this Seven of Inspiration card, the Seven of Wands, what has been dark, you have the power to open doors, all right, and to see your way forward to something better, something healthier, something happier, or just experience that personal growth on the other side. So things are really opening up for you. So your advice from Spirit: take bold action, take the first step, take the lead, take charge. Actually, if you look at this particular card, this is I think it's a unicorn. Actually, it's not. It's more like Pegasus. All right. And this is your time to take flight. Emerge from your lair, emerge from your bat cave, right? And to be bold and to be inspired and to be uniquely you. And actually, it's 2 cards where both of these are flying. So your time to soar to greater heights. So communication is very much prevalent when we have the Knight of Swords. So as far as advice goes, be clear, set your intentions, have conversations where you need to have conversations, give yourself a good old talking to, all right, but also pay really close attention to your intuition as well, all right. And be aware of messages or communication, not just from the 3D plane, not just from your physical world, but also your spiritual world as well. All right, because again, the doors are really open for you, especially when we've got the Buddha prepares. It's a time of growth, of spiritual growth, even as well. So pay attention to your dreams as well. Communication in all forms is what you need to pay attention to in the week ahead. All right, whether that's, from your chakras, okay, from your crown chakras, whether that's you expressing yourself or whether that's conversations that are coming in your way. All right, always be ready to take action, be ready to get inspired. Okay, so blessings headed your way. We've got the Muse of Voices. Now this is the King of Swords energy. So you have the power of communication in the week ahead to have good conversations, to get your point across, written, verbal, whatever kind of communication you've got going on there, spiritual communication as well. So you're very much tied into your intuition. Trust it. Okay, trust it. Trust the epiphany moments that you may be getting, because we do have a Tower, which quite often is an epiphany or a revelation. Okay, something that kind of knocks your socks off, something that gets you going. So when we have the King of Swords, this gives you the ability to detach yourself emotionally from any kind of information, changes, surprises that either are instigated by you or that are incoming for you. All right. And it helps you stay a little bit emotionally detached from something that would normally maybe throw you for a loop. It also gives you the ability, the enhanced ability to think about things logically, to develop a strategy, develop a plan, put a plan in motion, right? Put a plan in place even. And that that Swords energy can also have you detaching. We can use that sword of one of detachment to detach ourselves, or at least start to move forward and detach ourselves from anything that no longer serves us, from anything that is no longer part of who we are or who we want to be, right? And again, it can be as simple as all of a sudden getting that spark of inspiration. Like if you've been thinking of, I'll use the example of getting back in shape again, as starting an exercise regime. The King of Swords, you're like, no, we're not going to procrastinate anymore. We are going to think about a logical game plan here. We're going to put together, like an exercise plan. Today we do arms, tomorrow we do legs, right? And allows you to kind of do that pros and cons, or put a to-do list together, all of those things, right? A practical plan. But the King of Swords also helps you see the truth of a situation. All right, speak your truth and be honest. So this is, being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, speaking your truth, getting rid of anything that is not part of your truth. All right, so really important energy with that King of Swords. Love him coming out as a blessing. All right, now that could also be a person that comes your way as well. All right, because it is a king. So male or female, it doesn't matter, but this is someone who you may be inspired by. All right, someone who you look up to, someone who you might be looking to take the lead with in some way. Okay, this could be a position that opens up, right? A leadership position or something. This can be a new project that comes in for you, and ultimately it leads you on your path to success, right? Something that you didn't quite expect. But this can also be a person that you come in contact with, someone that you already know, or someone new coming into your life, and someone who you can really communicate with, right? Because the King of Swords really at its core is really about communication and about logic, and and whether it's verbal, written, or whatever. So it can really be someone that that you can really have a lot of different conversations with, whether they're giving you advice or whether you're just bouncing ideas off of this person. All right, it could even be a new friend. All right, so something very interesting. But the Six of Materials is the Six of Pentacles. So we do start out your week finding your balance, okay? Finding either looking for a balanced situation, or having it start out with balance. So you could be working on a project with people, right? Working together with people, but everyone's pulling their own weight, right? The Six of Pentacles is one of balance, and it is one of honest days work for honest days pay. If you're working on something with somebody, you do your part, they do yours. It's a symbiotic relationship. But the Six of Pentacles, you could also be thinking about how you can make improvements in your current financial or working situation as well, something to do with your money. You could be making a purchase. All right. You could also have something unexpected coming towards you as well. If you don't already have balance in your working situation, this may be what you're thinking of finding, right? That honest day's work for honest day's pay. I'm not looking for anything that I don't deserve, but I want to get paid what I'm worth. So you could really be stepping into the realization of your own self-worth. And if you don't have it where you are right now, you might be asking for it. With the Knight of Swords, you might be taking something to your boss and going, you know what? You've just given me this, 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 and this. I have the same position as this person over here. They have half my workload. We get paid the same amount of money. Why? Because sometimes your boss is just dumb and they don't know, right? They're oblivious, right? Not necessarily dumb, but they're oblivious to it, right? They got the blinders on. So sometimes it needs to be brought to their attention. They might be like, oh, really? Well, how did that happen? And, so that may spark a whole conversation, and that may actually be of a huge benefit to you. But the Six of Materials, the Six of Pentacles, is also a reminder of the law of giving and receiving. For everything that we put out comes back to us multiplied. All right. And it is a card of charity as well. So it's that reminder when we are in an energy of abundance, when we have more than what we need. All right. It's a reminder to give back time, knowledge, money, donations, anything like that. But it's also the reminder that when we need something, the help is there, the assistance is there. It could be financial assistance, it could be knowledge that comes in that you didn't expect, because the Six of Pentacles brings with it usually a little bit of a surprise. So this could be you surprising yourself with something, or something coming in externally for you. So it might be something that really does benefit you moving forward. It can also be something that is tied to your Tower moment, right? Things leading up to it. We've got the Seven of Cups coming in, the Seven of Emotions. So this really does show that you may actually be keeping your options open in a certain situation. You're trying to find the right option, the right choice. The Seven of Cups brings in choices. It sometimes brings in a little bit of overwhelming energy as well. It also brings in the energy of sometimes feeling so overwhelmed or confused, because it brings in confusion, that we don't know what to do, or we don't know how to make a choice. So if, let's say that you need to find, a job, a better job, something that pays you what you're worth, pays you honest days work for honest days pay, something that also allows you to have a healthy work-home life balance as well, balance. And maybe you've been thinking about this for a long time with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups does tend to be a little bit of a long time card, okay, because it does bring in that little bit of confusion. It does bring in a little bit of doubts. It brings in the need to make a decision listen to your intuition and follow your heart. But sometimes we think about something for a really long time and then we don't make any decisions at all. We get stuck in one place sometimes with this particular card, because sometimes we feel a little bit overwhelmed, or we're confused, or we don't know what we want, or we don't know how to find something, right? And so it does bring in a little bit of overwhelming emotion. And sometimes we get stuck in a little bit of analysis paralysis, right? Because we're looking for something, we're searching for something, and we're not 100% sure of what choice to make, right? Because think about 7 cups lined up in front of you. Each cup holds something different, but sometimes we can be a little bit doubtful, or we can be a little bit afraid, right? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I end up in the same boat that I'm in now? What if I choose this cup, this opportunity over here, and it ends up not working out for me, right? How do I know? And sometimes we do get kind of confused or worried, and that gets us stuck in one place a little bit. Okay, so it's like, I know I need to do something. I know I need to make a decision, but I just don't know what that is. That's when we get our tower moments, okay? I know some of you are looking at the tower going, come on, lady, get to it. Okay, but the tower, let me tell you, the tower is quite often some sort of revelation, epiphany moment, or information that comes in to get our butts in gear, to get us out of our comfort zone, to get us out of paralysis mode, to get us going, to get us making a decision, to get us choosing something. All right. And it doesn't necessarily bring in physical movement at the moment. It's all about your epiphany moments. It's all about that. I'll use a practical example. I don't always pull tarot for myself. I mean, I can every day if I want, but I don't usually feel the need to. I connect in other ways, right? I pull other cards to do some fortune telling for myself every day. But anyways, but I don't usually pull tarot every day. Okay, I pull it like once a month or something. When I do your monthlies, I usually do one for me too. About a week and a half ago, I got the urge one morning. I'm like, there's something been brewing in the wind in my life for a while, my career life. And there's something that's been going, and I have been in this particular mode for a while. I just don't know what I want. I don't want to make a lateral move, anything like that. And so in the meantime, I'm kind of like cooling my heels a little bit, and I'm on the lookout, but it's like I'm kind of in a comfort zone a little bit, but not so much, right? I found, so long story short, I decided to pull cards for myself. I got a tower Saturday morning, and I'm like, so this is how my day is going to go. Awesome. Sure enough, an hour later, I was looking at something online that I wouldn't normally have looked at on a Saturday morning, and I was just so inclined, and actually had to do with my workplace. And sure enough, I saw a job posting up there, and it just lit a fire under my butt. And quite often, companies and corporations, they always, even if you're looking at, say, changing service providers from something, they always offer the world to new people coming in to sign a contract, or new employees coming in, and they ignore the ones that have been there for a long time. And that's exactly what this was, right? Saw a job posting come up, and it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Less responsibilities than me. I know what the job is, right? And I knew we were putting a job posting up, right? But it was the salary that really lit a fire under my ass. But it was within an hour of me getting the tower. But that was that revelation, that epiphany, that nail in the coffin that I needed to give me that boost to take some action. And my action is not going to be making improvements where I currently am. My action is going to be to hightail it out of there. So I have started taking that action. It was like I needed that information to give me the decision and the motivation to get going. That was that decision making right there. So quite often it's something like that that comes in with the tower. And a lot of people do see the tower as something that is very negative, and something like, oh my God, my life is over. But quite often that tower moment is what we need. It's that epiphany, that revelation, that information that comes in that gives us that kick in the pants to get out of our comfort zone, to help us make a decision. And even if you don't make physical change at that moment, Tower is a fast energy, by the way, like now, okay? And so, but it quite often does get us going, okay? And the reason people are afraid of the Tower is because it does instill instant momentum. It's sudden revelation, something sudden, something unexpected, a surprise, and a sudden change. And humans tend to, even if your comfort zone isn't wonderful for you and it doesn't fulfill you, quite often we do get stuck in our comfort zone because we are afraid of change. We're creatures of habit. So there certainly is some sort of change, some revelation, epiphany, information, something that comes in here for you by the end of the week. But you've got the strength, the courage, the patience to get through it. Now, this can be with the Strength card coming out here, which is your card. Okay, this gives you courage. It gives you patience. It gives you the ability to overcome, right? And it gives you the ability here to take some sort of action, to be confident in your abilities, to be the instigator of your own change, to move forward in some way, all right, and to take some sort of action. But it also gives you the ability to weather any kind of storm that may come in here as well. Because yes, sometimes the Tower can represent something out of our control that is changing in our lives. Sometimes it can be, let's say a reorganization of your workplace, right? You come in on a, you come in one day and, you all of a sudden they're reorganizing it. Half the people lose their job, but you actually may come out on top. You never know. Okay. Or this makes your improvements in your workplace, right? Something like that. Something that is sometimes either within your control or outside of your control, but certainly something that gets you out of your comfort zone so that you are motivated to make some change or take some action. It can be something that comes in that takes away anything that was no longer working anyway, all right? And you're left with a foundation, okay? And that's what happens with the Tower, is anything crumbles that is not meant to serve you. And this paves the way. And if you think of, sometimes in order to start something new, we need to finish something up first. And that's actually what that Tower does too, right? It's like something's got to go to make room for something new to come in, energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? Because this can be that big old boost of spiritual growth that comes in here as well. This can be messages coming in through your, through your crown chakra as well. This could be anything along those lines, but something that gives you clarity, gives you purpose, gives you motivation, brings in some change, those revelations, those epiphanies. But you've got the Strength card there, your card, your energy to either help you make those changes, move forward. We can wake up in the morning sometimes, right? We can be in this energy of contemplation for quite a long time, trying to find our motivation, trying to find our inspiration. And we know that we need to do something a little bit different, or we know that we need to take action on something. And we quite often just kind of, we go through the motions. We can wake up one morning, and you've heard of this, right? You've heard of people that they just walk into your workplace or something one day and they're like, they hand in their resignation letter and you did not know that was coming. Or intuitively, you may have had an idea, because the Tower, usually when we actually look back, hindsight's 2020, we usually do realize when we get those Tower moments that we actually knew there was something brewing in the wind. We actually kind of had that spidey sense that something was going to change. So it's not quite as much of a shock as we thought that it was going to be. In my case, I knew there was something brewing under the wind. My spidey senses were going nuts for quite some time, right? And, it was just that instant culmination of things coming together. I'm like, yep, there we go. And, I'm not in a position to walk into my workplace and hand my resignation and go, see you later, right? And I need to take a little bit more step-by-step things on my own to do that. But I certainly have started taking action, right? So, but with that Strength card there, that's really about you, right? And again, you've heard of people just instantly making those sudden changes in their lives. They change everything, their job, where they live, their partnerships, right? And all of a sudden it's like a blank slate and they're just starting fresh, starting over. And sometimes we need that big old reset, right? So in a weekly reading, I don't know if it's going to be quite that big for you, but you never know. It may be. You might just be looking to wipe a slate clean. So powerful energy nonetheless. So I'm going to close out your reading with a Moonology card. Your commitment is being tested. All right, and we do see a little bit of wishy-washy energy coming in there with that Seven of Cups, or that Seven of Emotions, right? And, you know, so we do see the Strength card coming in here to give you patience and perseverance. So you may just have a situation that you're dealing with in the week ahead, all right, or that you have already been dealing with, that you are not sure if you want to continue on the path that you're on. So this is either about you questioning your commitment to a situation in your life, or getting recommitted to either that particular situation or something new. Okay, so certainly some sort of personal test that you may have been going through. So the moon energy really does help you along that way, as does the Strength card, as does, believe it or not, the Tower, right? And again, the emergence energy with the dragon. Quite often the dragon is protecting some princess in a tower. So the time is now for you to emerge, grow wings and fly, right? Be committed to your prosperity, right? Be committed to change, be committed to whatever that happens to be, personal improvement and growth, maybe. Ooh, I have a hiccup. Anyway, so there's certainly something to do with your commitments, whether you are looking to let them go or make those improvements, or looking for some change. And we do get that Tower moment when people are looking for change. And we do also see the change coming in with the Buddha prepares, right? Number 13 ties back to the Death card, right? So this Tower moment can be your personal growth and change as well. It doesn't have to be anything in your physical world. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. All right. Very big, powerful energy coming in. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope there was something in this reading that resonated with you in some way. If there was, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day and a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.